The only prop you would need for this class is a chair. We'll use the chair either sitting or standing. When we're standing, we could use it for support or a prop. So, and then if there are any other props you might have available, you might want to have them handy. These are 2 yoga blocks, but these are optional if you don't have them. You could substitute them with 2 water bottles or 2 canned goods of equal size and weight, maybe with a little washcloth on the top of that can to protect your hands. And then another prop you might want to have is a strap. This is really easy to substitute if you don't have a traditional strap. You could use a scarf or a dog leash or a belt or a bathrobe tie to substitute. And of course, have some water handy. And then here I have a set of 1-pound weights. And you might have a set of 2-pound weights. Nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class. That's the disclaimer. I'm also going to be modifying. I injured my shoulder, so I'm going to be modifying. So the other directive would be that if whatever's being offered this morning is not appropriate for your body for whatever reason, you have options. You can modify, you could do something else, or you could skip it. So just bear that in mind. Sighing, moaning, groaning is fine since we're all muted. So if you feel the urge to let out some sound, go for it. All right, so let's start standing. And maybe the feet would be about shoulder width apart. And we're just going to start swinging those arms like empty coat sleeves. Let's try that. So basically the legs are wide. The toes might be pointing out slightly 10 degrees or so. And basically what we're doing is shifting the weight from side to side. So you might want to lift that opposite heel as you twist with the opposite arm. So the idea here is you're giving yourself a gentle massage and you're looking over the shoulder to the wall behind you. And that gives you a nice squeeze to the spine. So imagine the spine like a wet washcloth. We're wringing it out, squeezing out stale oxygen and chi and life force, and breathing in fresh. So let's keep swinging here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's keep going. Now, soft fist or heel of the hand, you're going to tap yourself right under the collarbone, the clavicle. That's the front point of the lung. And we want to keep the lungs open and clear for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to pat yourself on the shoulder. That's the back point of the lung. And you're still twisting. You're still looking over the shoulder to the wall behind you each time you twist. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's bring it down to stillness now. Now, just not even touching the body. You're just twisting from the waist. And imagine you're standing in a pool of water. You're moving that water with your hands in the air. Let's just do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's just bring that back to stillness, nice and easy. I'm going to use the chair for support. You could also use a wall for support or a large piece of furniture that isn't going to move when you start pushing some weight on it. So just bear that in mind. Let's take the feet directly underneath the hips. Let's lift the right heel. And as we lift the right heel, you're spreading out those 5 toes. Place the heel down. Inhale, lift left heel. Spread the toes wide. Press that heel down. You're going to lift from side to side. And the idea here is to keep standing tall. If you need to place a hand or a couple fingers on the back of the chair, that's perfectly fine. So you're lifting those heels as high as they're willing to go. And you're standing tall. Now imagine the crown of the head is floating up to the sky. The head is a helium balloon. And the coccyx bone is pointing down towards the earth. Imagine you have a little crocodile tail. And so that coccyx bone is tucked under. So you've got a crown of a head lined up with tailbone for 4, 3, remembering to breathe, 2, 1. We could stay right here at that pace. Let's maybe try bicycle pedaling. So this would be double time. If that works, approach double time for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then bring that to stillness. Let's relift that right heel, and now we're just circling. We're using that ankle joint to initiate the movement so that knee and thigh just go along for the ride. And just try not to rush through it. Just notice range of motion in this ankle joint. Let's go the other direction. You're standing tall on that supporting left leg. Breathing. Let's bring this heel down. Let's lift the left heel. Again, circling, using that ankle joint to initiate the movement. Maybe you're holding on to the chair or the wall or the piece of furniture. Maybe you're doing it freestanding. Let's go the other way. Nice and gentle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. That heel comes down to stillness. The legs might go a little bit wider here. The hands could come to the hip crease or the waist. You can decide. And we're going to start doing some languid, large circles with those hips. So the idea here is to inhale forward, exhale, squeeze the navel to spine as you round the back. Breathing. And maybe you want to keep that torso neutral. Maybe you want to get it involved a little bit more. So you can choose. Let's do 2 more in this direction. And then coming back and going in the other direction. Few more just like this. And if you find a spot somewhere on this circle that feels tight or dark or sticky, you could pause there, breathe into it, and then keep moving. A few more just like this for 3, 2, and 1. Let's corkscrew back to center. Let's roll some shoulders here. Same idea. You're drawing an invisible circle in the air with your shoulders. Oh. Do the 2 sides feel the same? Just noticing now, no judgment, just observing the information the body is giving you. A few more just like this. And let's go the other direction. Same idea. Oh. Maybe sighing, moaning, groaning might feel good here. You can decide. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Arms come down. Let's take a big breath in. Both arms up to the sky. I'm modifying. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Let's float the arms back up to the sky. And now we're going to climb an imaginary rope. Oh. So we're climbing that rope. The idea here is to keep that chest squared to the front of your space. So you're not torquing off to one side. You're just getting a nice, delicious tug there on those intercostal muscles, which attach to the side ribs. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's take the arms down by the side of the body slowly, if you can resist gravity. Let's keep the feet just where they are, about hip distance apart. Toes point forward. Hands could be on hip crease or waist. Knees will always track over toes. We're going to inhale, bend those knees. The foot is flat, so the heels are staying on the earth. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1 little pulse. 8, 7, 6, warming the legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, And 1, let's re-straighten. And let's just come here, roll the shoulders, realign that posture. Now, identify that space in the middle of the arch. That's the fulcrum of balance in the feet. Yes? So imagine you're just going to lean the weight forward. Nothing's coming off of the earth yet. You're going to lean forward, come back to center, experiment going back just to see how far you can go. Please don't fall over. You can avoid it. And just notice how the ankles and the feet adjust as you're moving that weight forward and back. And then once you get into that rhythm, maybe as you rock forward, you can lift the 10 toes off the earth. And maybe as you rock forward, the heels can come off of the earth. So you're getting a little rocking chair effect going with the feet here. And maybe you'd like to add in some arms. Let's lift the palms up to the sky and then bring them back down as you rock back on those heels. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rock back. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's focus on this. LSD breaths, long, slow, and deep. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. One more time. Inhale and exhale. The arms stay still now. The feet are still going. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And now we're back to the full bottom of the foot glued to the earth, rocking back and forth very slightly, and then bringing that to stillness. Very, very nice. Let's go ahead and we can do this standing, or you could do this in the chair. Either way. I think I'll sit in the chair for this. Okay. All right. So you're going to be sitting closer to the front of the seat of the chair than collapsing into the back of the chair. All right. The feet are hip distance apart. Toes point forward. Let's take that right arm and cross it outside of that left thigh. The left arm is going to follow the horizon with the fingertips, and you're twisting to the left and going round to the back. And then you're going to place that back arm on the back of your chair. You're looking over your left shoulder to the wall behind you. We're in a seated twist here. And so to begin with, let's just go ahead and slightly release it. You're staying in the twist. Slightly release. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and turn, navel to spine. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. So everything here from the waist down is facing forward. Everything from the waist up is twisting to the left. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Let's unwind out of that triple slow time. Coming back to center. Now the left hand is going to grab the outside of the right thigh. Left hand grabs outside of right thigh. Right arm is straight, level with the horizon. You're following your fingertips. You're following the gaze as you twist to the right. That back arm is eventually going to take the back of the chair, and you're looking over the right shoulder. Everything from the waist down is pointing forward. Everything from the waist up is twisting to the right. Same idea here. We're going to slightly release. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Let's do 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze it out. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Let's unwind, triple slow time. Shake out those shoulders, shake out the legs if that feels good. Let's go ahead and take our hands into little bird hands. So the fingers come together and you're going to have little bird beaks here with your hands, okay? So let's go ahead and place those bird beaks directly under your collarbone, the clavicle. We'll start on the right. Inhale, right elbow goes back. You're inhaling in the front, exhaling as you squeeze. We'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1. We come back to center. Let's do the other side. Left elbow lifts. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Nice twist here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's come back to center. You might want to continue doing 4 and 4 or alternate for 8. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 8, 7, 6, sitting tall. 5, abdominals engaged. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Shake out those shoulders. You might want to keep your little bird hands because we're going to start tapping right here in the center of the chest. This is a thymus thump. The thymus is in there. We're waking it up, and that governs immunity and probably a lot of other things as well. So we're stimulating that thymus. We're thumping it. Nice steady pressure. It's not a death thump. It's just a nice steady pressure. And then we're going to extend that right arm, and you might want to open the hand for this. We're going to tap the arm all the way down the inside of that right arm, all the way to the fingertips. And then you come back up the outside of the arm. You're tapping. We'll do this 3 times. So inhale down the inside, the yin side of the arm, and then tapping the yang side as we go up the outside of the arm. 2 more passes just like this. Remembering to breathe. And let's just spend some time on the neck and the shoulder on this side, all right? Little taps here. And let's bring that tapping to stillness while we're taking that left hand and we're going to place it around the outside, the right side of the neck. Inhale, exhale, drag the fingers across the front as you look to the right. Come back to center. Hand returns to the right side of the neck. Inhale, exhale, turning the face to the right as you draw the fingers towards the left. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Inhale, exhale. Oh, this should feel really good. All right, let's go back to center. Let's go back to the thymus thump. You're sitting tall, you're breathing in, you're filling those lungs to capacity, and then squeezing out all that stale air. And let's go ahead now to the left arm. We're going to go down the inside of the left arm, the yin side. Then we come back up the outside, the yang side on that left arm. And we're going to do 3 passes here. So getting some nice tapping going, getting those reflexology points awake and stimulated. And this will be the last one. And then bringing that to stillness, you're taking your right hand, the fingers wrap around the left side of the neck. Inhale. Exhale, you look to the left as you drag the fingers to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, this should feel good. They're carrying so much tension in those shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Let's come back to center. Let's shake out those hands. Let's take that left hand and let's just knead that meaty muscle that's right here on the shoulder, right there between the curve of the neck and the end of the shoulder girdle here. Just so you can take your fingers like fists, or you can just work the fingers into that meaty muscle on your shoulder. You can give yourself this kind of self-massage. It's free. You can do it for yourself. And then just noticing if you're making any progress, softening that muscle. Couple more deep breaths here as we massage that right shoulder. And let's bring it back to center. Left hand is going to massage the opposite on the left. Oh, that meaty muscle right there where the neck segues into the shoulder. Oh. And maybe you want to use a fist, or maybe you just want to have fingers that knead in there. Very nice. And then when that feels complete, let's just shake out the hands. Let's go ahead and come to standing very mindfully. The feet are four corners of each foot rooting into the earth. You may want to use a strap. Now, if you don't have a strap, these are the options. We're just going to start lifting the legs. Need to get over here. All right. And if you have a strap, great. If you don't worry. So we're going to loop the strap around the ball of the left foot. And I'll show you the move, and then I'll show you the options. So it's inhale, lift to the waist height. Exhale, straighten the leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, place it down. If you don't have the strap, hand behind the thigh, not the knee joint. So inhale, exhale, exhale. You may not need to use your hand. You can decide. So we're just getting this going. If you've got a strap, I've got the straps on the inside of the leg. Inhale, exhale, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. If you're using a strap, you can lose it. Now we're going to relift that leg, and we're going to dangle the lower leg like the pendulum on a clock. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 to stillness. Figure 8s with that leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Let that leg down, shake it out. And while we're shaking out, just bring that to stillness and notice left side of the body and right side of the body. Just noticing if they feel the same. Checking in to see how you feel. Let's go to the other side. This time it's either hand behind the back of the right thigh as you extend, or strap around the ball of the right foot. So I've got even out the two ends, the two tails of the strap, more on the inside of the leg as you're holding it. Inhale, exhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whee! All right, place that down. Loose the strap if you're using one. Shake out the leg a bit. Relift up to waist height. Dangle the lower leg for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to stillness, figure 8s for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Lower it down. Shake out those legs. Oh boy. Okay. Ground those feet into the earth. Notice right side and left side. One hand on heart, one hand on belly. And just draw the crown of the head up to the sky. Maybe the eyes drop closed. Maybe eyes can just Focus on the earth, soft gaze. You can decide. Let's work on that 3-part Durga breath. Inhale, belly expands, rib cage expands, collarbones lift, pausing at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, rib cage, belly, squeezing out all the air and pausing at the bottom. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, pausing at the top. Exhaling, chest, ribs, belly, pausing at the bottom. 2 more, just like that on your own. Inhale. Exhale. The exhale may be longer than the inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Letting the arms drop to the sides of the body. Let's move the chair away for a moment here. Let's do a series of cat-cow, standing cat-cow. So the feet are hip distance apart, the toes point forward, and we're placing the hands on the thighs, and it means placing, you're not pressing and grinding into the thighs. So your abdominals are engaged. And so cat-cow standing would be inhale, you're dropping the belly, you're spreading the sits bones wide. Exhale, arch and squeeze, navel to spine, like a Halloween cat. Inhale, drop the belly, spread the sits bones wide. Exhale, squeeze navel to spine. Nice and slow. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Let's rebend those knees, bring them to straight, and just slide those hands down the front of the legs. And you'll come to a sticking point. Maybe the fingers touch the earth, maybe they don't. If they don't get all the way to the earth, maybe you could place your hands on blocks, maybe on the seat of the chair. And let's just go ahead and micro bend those knees left and right. This is just a standard forward fold, Uttanasana. So we're micro bending the knees left and right to stretch out that low back. Another area that gets nice and tight from too much sitting and driving and hunching over steering wheels, shopping carts, etc. Micro bend those knees for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if you're in your forward fold here, drag the hands up the fronts of the legs for a series of flat back lifts. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back, shoulders drop away. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back lift. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now the hands could drag up the legs, or maybe the arms want to come out to the side as you lift. You can choose. Stacking the bones, stacking the bones, stacking the bones. Arriving in proud warrior here. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's float the arms down behind the body. Maybe. Now, if the hands don't meet, maybe the palms could face the midline. If they don't meet, maybe you have a strap or a scarf or a belt, and you can work your hands together over time, not necessarily this morning. So those are 3 options for stretching those arms away. The other direction might be that you're not resting them here on your bum. You're stretching them away and you're opening the chest. You might want to be near something that for your balance, your chair, the wall, a piece of furniture. And let's go ahead and just take those hands over onto the right hip. or they're resting there like a little shelf. And try to keep the chest straight to the front of your space so you're not corking off to one side. So you're getting a nice stretch in that left shoulder girdle. And we're going to come back to center. The fists and the hands could rest on the left hip. See if you can keep your chest square to the front of your screen or your space. Maybe this stretch feels different than the other side, just noticing, no self-judgment. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms come back behind. Now you might want to be stretching them away. Here's option 2. You might want to stay with the feet just like this in parallel. Maybe you want to cross your right foot outside of the left foot and you're squeezing your thighs together. A little balance challenge here. So both feet are flat on the earth. The thighs are squeezing together. The arms are stretching away from the back body. Gently tuck the chin. If you'd like more, inhale, a forward fold. Maybe, maybe not. If you're going to the fold until you get to your sticking point. And at the bottom, 3 big breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, floating back up, triple slow time, no rush to get there, unwinding the arms, unwinding the legs, shaking everything out. And how was that side? Same idea here. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back, this time in the awkward position, so it'd be a different thumb on top. This time, you're still stretching the arms away. Maybe the feet want to be in parallel. Maybe you want to cross left foot outside of right foot. Both feet are flat. You're squeezing those thighs together. Abdominals engaged, chin gently tucked. This may be plenty. If you want more, inhale, exhale, going forward, forward, forward. Big full breaths when you hit the bottom. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Float it back up, elevator ascending here. Slowly, slowly. Release the arms, release the legs, shake it out. How was that side? Hopefully no one fell down. Now we're going to stand with the feet directly underneath the hips one more time. Let's just bounce those heels. See if you can it's just a tiny little lift with the heels, maybe a 1/4 of an inch, maybe a 1/2 an inch. And this is really good for bone density. We're working on bone density and also strengthening the feet and the ankles. And that will help with fall prevention. So who knew all of this simple little gesture? You could be working on your bone density. Maybe you want to add in some meditation and motion here, moving the body any way that feels right. Let your body follow the movement as opposed to you creating movement. Big full breaths for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And then bringing that down to stillness. Very, very nice. Let's go ahead and grab the chair. And here again, sitting more close to the front of the chair would be better. 4 corners of each foot, rooting into the earth, mindfully sitting. Let's go ahead and just bounce the legs a bit here. And let's go ahead and cross right ankle over top of left thigh. Right ankle crosses over top of left thigh. If you have a block or another chair, you want to have the seat of the chair facing you, that's an option. And so we're taking the right hand and we're pulsing that thigh. So we're getting synovial fluid to pump into this right hip. Breathing. Nice and easy. Let's go ahead and slide the forearm underneath the calf, lift the whole leg, that lower leg, and rock it like a baby. Maybe circling your baby. If you're circling, then make sure you go in both directions. And then bringing that to stillness, let's replace the right ankle on top of left thigh. Avoid the knee joint. If you need to assist that leg up there, do so. Let's go ahead and float those arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, like you're going over something. Maybe mine don't. If they don't have a block or they don't get that far, you could cross and grab opposite elbows here up at the top and hang out with the leg here. Now, the idea here is to ground through those sits bones onto the chair, crown of head. Imagine a whole stream of white light floating out of the top of your head. So you're not dangling the head here. You're keeping the crown of the head aligned with the tailbone. Now that top right foot is flexed. The top right foot is also externally rotated. So you should feel that immediately in that outer right hip. Now this could be a static press, or it could be micro movements for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come out to stillness and then float the torso upright, unwind the leg, right hand on right knee, and just circle that knee, the whole leg. So you're getting any kinks or bubbles out of that, where that femur plugs into the pelvic girdle. Oh, nice and gentle. Let's go ahead and cross left ankle on top of right thigh. Left ankle on top of right thigh. Left hand pulsing that left thigh in the soft part, not the knee joint. You're sitting tall. Big full breaths. That top right foot is flexed. The top right foot is also externally rotated. Let's stop with the pulsing, and we're going to take the left forearm underneath the left calf, and you can rock your baby side to side or maybe circle it. Oh. If you're circling, be sure you go in both directions. Big full breaths. Replace that left ankle on top of right thigh. Keep that foot flexed. Keep it externally rotated. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, you're going over something, maybe to the earth, maybe to a block, maybe opposite elbows up here at the top with the leg. This could be a static press. It also could be micro movements. You should feel that when that foot goes externally rotated, you should feel it in your left hip. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Back to stillness, lifting the torso, unwinding that leg, left hand on left knee, circle it in both directions. Let me knock my block over there. I just knocked my block off. And go the other way. And then bring it down to stillness. Very nice. Let's shake it out very quickly. Take that right foot over again onto the thigh. We're going to do foot massage. Hello. Wonderful. You're going to grab your 5 toes and you're going to flap those toes back and forth. I always say like you're fanning yourself on a hot day somewhere. Spain, perhaps. So you're really stimulating blood flow into your toes. When that's finished, you feel complete. You're going to take each individual toe and massage it from the base of the toe to the end of the nail. And you're going to send each toe some love for all those years you've been walking on them. Yes. And you're really going to get some, if you find some tender spots, you could spend more time. I like to dig in there with my thumb. And don't forget your big toe, of course. When you've finished all the toes, you're going to go underneath the toes and rummage around under and there with your fingertips. Rummaging, yes. And then when that feels complete, you're going to take your 2 thumbs. You're going to massage the big toe ball mound, the little toe ball mound, and go into the center. And then those thumbs work down the outer edge of the foot, the inner edge of the foot. They're massaging the arch. You're going to not forget your heel, so I like to use both hands to massage the heel. And then when that feels complete, we're going to move to the ankle. So this is going to be like an opposite, like you're wringing a washcloth out, except it's your ankle. So give some good massage to those ankles. Oh. And when that feels complete, I like to take my fingers and just along the, like in the trough between the bones of the foot, the 26 bones of your foot. And when that feels complete, I take a soft fist and just pound the arch of that right foot. I'm using my right foot, whichever foot you're using. So a little tap there. And then let's bring that to stillness. The hands can pat the foot just gently. And if you want it more vigorous, you can slap the foot. And bringing lots of blood flow there into your foot. And bringing all that now to stillness. Unwind that leg and notice how that foot feels compared to the other foot. I have a huge difference. So you can do this routine when you go to bed at night, just before you go to sleep. You can massage your foot, grab your other foot, ankle goes on top of the thigh, the top foot is flexed, and just go ahead and start flapping those toes. Oh. So very often I'll go to massage and thinking, oh, I don't need it, and then realize, oh my goodness, I really do. And I think this is the case with the feet. So once you've finished flapping your 5 toes here, each individual toe gets a massage from the base of the toe to the end of the nail, sending each toe some love, healing. Oh. And again, if you find a tender spot there, particularly tender spot, you can spend more time working on that. Getting some release and relief into your toes. And of course, you don't forget your big toe. When that feels complete, you're going to rummage around the underside of the toes on this foot. And then you're going to take your 2 thumbs, massage the big toe ball mound, the little toe ball mound, and you move towards the center. And then the thumbs are going to go down the outer and inner edge of the foot. You're going to massage the arch. You're not going to forget the arch. And both hands, all 10 fingers could work on that heel. And then we're going to adjourn to the ankle. Again, it's this opposition ringing motion on the ankle. Oh. Sending love to your ankle. And then bringing that to stillness, I like to take the fingers and just go along the trough between the bones, the 26 bones of the foot. Oh. And when that feels complete, you're going to take a soft fist and just tap the arch of this foot, a gentle tap. And then we're going to take both hands and gently pat the entire foot and the ankle. And if you want something more vigorous, then you're going to slap that foot so it's nice and filled with fresh blood and chi. And then gradually bringing that to stillness. Unwinding that foot and just noticing how those feet feel. They should feel pretty happy, I think. So let's just go ahead and stay in the chair. If you want to sit all the way back in the chair, that's an option, but you're sitting tall, crown of head lifting up to the sky. Sits bones rooting down into the seat of your chair and further down into the center of the earth. And then once you've organized your arms and your legs, you're sitting tall in that chair. Hands could be just placed on the thighs. You might want to roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Float the crown of the head up to the sky, and the eyes will drop closed. And then once you've organized yourself, arms and legs, begin to notice relaxation forming in the soles of the feet. We're dipping our feet into that imaginary hot tub now. And that softness, that relaxation envelops the feet, the ankles, the low legs, the knees, the thighs. And then it moves into the pelvis, the hips, the buttocks release, the small back lets go. And that softness moves from the pelvis into the belly, the waist, the torso, as though we're just inserting our bodies into that delicious hot tub. The softness moves up into the chest, the shoulders, and rolls down both arms, all the way to the fingertips. And then it envelops the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, face and jaw let go. Tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates the entire body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And while we're here in Shavasana, I will read a short quote from Pema Chodron from her book, Welcoming the Unwelcome. We are at a time when old systems and ideas are being questioned and falling apart, and there is a great opportunity for something fresh to emerge. Working with polarization and dehumanization won't put an immediate end to the ignorance, violence, and hatred that plague this world. But every time we catch ourselves polarizing with our thoughts, words, or actions, and every time we do something to close that gap, we're injecting a little loving kindness into our usual patterns. We're deepening our appreciation for our connectedness with all other living beings. And on the next inhale, begin to bring your attention back into the room, back into this body. Bringing some gentle movement, perhaps to fingers and toes and arms and legs. Scanning the body for the effects of the practice and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day. And bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.